Here we go, the roll call of legends. A 14-time All-Star, 5-time Gold Glove Award winner at shortstop, 5-time Silver Slugger, 5-time World Series champion, all with the New York Yankees. Please welcome back Hall of Fame class of 2020, the captain, Derek Jeter. A stellar all-around shortstop in Detroit for 2 full decades. Wire-to-wire 1984 Tigers won 7 of 8 playoff games with this infielder slugging an impressive .806, also winning the World Series MVP. From the class of 2018, Alan Trammell. He won 270 games in his career, had over 2,800 strikeouts, all while pitching in the rugged AL East for his entire career. A 5-time All-Star, class of 2019, Mike Mussina. A 5-tool player, the first shortstop ever with 30 home runs and 30 steals in the same season. A 12-time All-Star, 1995 National League MVP. From the class of 2012, Barry Larkin. He led the American League in home runs 3 times and is the last man in the American League to top 400 total bases in a single season, doing so in his MVP year of 1978 for the Boston Red Sox. From the class of 2009, Jim Rice. He holds the all-time record for saves with 652. In the postseason, he posted a minuscule 0.70 ERA over 141 postseason innings, helping seal 5 World Series titles for the New York Yankees. Class of 2019, Mariano Rivera. A switch hitter who batted over 300 from both sides of the plate. He was the 1999 National League MVP, a great postseason player as well, finishing with a .409 on-base percentage, playing over 90 playoff games. From the class of 2018, Chipper Jones. Excelling as a starter and a reliever, this pitcher had over 200 wins and 150 saves. The National League Cy Young Award winner in 1996, he pitched 209 innings in the postseason alone, finishing with a stellar and clutch 2.67 ERA. From the class of 2015, John Smoltz. A unanimous National League Rookie of the Year, an 8-time Gold Glove Award winner at third base, a 7-time All-Star from the Hall of Fame class of 2023, just last year. Please welcome back Scott Rowland. He had 310 career saves, topping 100 innings in a single season 4 times as a relief pitcher. A 9-time All-Star, he helped lead the Yankees to a World Series title in 1978. From the class of 2008, Goose Gossage. He led the National League in home runs in 8 different seasons, won 10 Gold Glove Awards at third base, the National League MVP in 1980, 1981, and 1986, World Series MVP in 1980, Philadelphia Philly great, class of 1995, Mike Schmidt. He is one of only 7 players to top 3,000 hits and 500 home runs. He helped power the 1983 Orioles to the World Series title, an 8-time All-Star, 3-time Gold Glove winner. From the class of 2003, Eddie Murray. One of the game's great competitors, he is a 13-time All-Star for the Kansas City Royals. He was the American League MVP in 1980, hitting .390 while also leading the league in on-base and slugging percentage. From the class of 1999, George Brett. The architect of the powerhouse Braves, qualifying for 14 consecutive postseasons and winning the 1995 World Series championship. From the class of 2017, General Manager John Sherholtz. An exciting player who hit for average and power. He batted .318 for his career, while also slugging 449 home runs. He was the 2004 American League MVP, a 9-time All-Star, and an 8-time Silver Slugger. From the class of 2018, Vladimir Guerrero. He was both a Cy Young and MVP coming out of the bullpen, averaging a now unheard of 120 innings a season for 12 full years. His postseason work helped lead the Oakland A's to 3 straight World Series championships. From the class of 1992, Rollie Fingers. Bursting onto the big league scene with back-to-back American League batting titles in his first 2 full seasons, this hitter earned All-Star Game selections and MVP votes in 8 straight campaigns with the Minnesota Twins. The 1964 American League Rookie of the Year, class of 2022, Tony Oliva. In the volatile world of relief pitching, he was a constant with the San Diego Padres. 601 saves, the most games finished in the history of the National League. Welcome back from the class of 2018, Hall of Famer Trevor Hoffman. He led the Red Sox to World Series championships in 2004, 2007, and 2013, winning the World Series MVP in 2013. The owner of the most career home runs by a DH. Please welcome back 10-time All-Star, 2022 Hall of Fame inductee, Big Papi, David Ortiz. One of the best pure hitters of his era, he won 2 batting titles, led the league in on-base percentage 3 times in an 18-year career with the Seattle Mariners. From the class of 2019, Edgar Martinez. He threw an incredible 60 shutouts in his career, 9th highest in the history of baseball. He struck out over 3,700 batters, 5th most all-time. From the class of 2011, Bert Blyleven. An outstanding postseason performer. He'd slugged 507 of his 10 playoff series and lead Atlanta to its first World Series championship. A 5-time All-Star, he finished with 493 career home runs. From the class of 2023, please welcome back Fred McGriff. One of only 5 pitchers in the majors to play 25 seasons. He won 283 games and set a record with 16 Gold Glove awards. Please welcome to the stage 3-time 20-game winner, class of 2022, Jim Kaat. At the age of 22, he hit 45 home runs and had 148 RBIs. The National League MVP in 1970 and 1972. He'd be the World Series MVP in 1976. A 10-time Gold Glove catcher and the backbone of the Big Red Machine, class of 1989, Johnny Bench. His 3,319 career hits have him number 5 all-time in the history of the American League. He also stole over 500 bases while leading the Milwaukee Brewers to a pennant and the Toronto Blue Jays to a World Series championship. The 1993 World Series MVP, Hall of Fame class of 2004, Paul Molitor. He was the first catcher to start an All-Star game for both the American League and the National League, and an 8-time All-Star. He remains second all-time in hits and RBIs among those who spent the majority of their careers behind the plate. From the class of 2020, Ted Simmons. One of the most consistent run producers of the 1980s and 90s, he is one of only 17 players in history with at least 2,800 hits and 1,600 RBIs. Please welcome 6-time All-Star Harold Baines. He put together the World Series champion Blue Jays of 1992 and 1993, and later the Phillies championship team in 2008. From the class of 2011, General Manager Pat Gillick. He was one of the great artists at the plate, winning 7 batting titles, 4 times leading the league in on-base percentage as well. He finished with 3,053 hits. He was the 1977 American League MVP. From the class of 1991, please welcome back Rod Carew. The 1984 National League MVP, he won 7 straight Gold Glove awards at second base, and in separate seasons had as many as 40 home runs and 54 stolen bases. From the class of 2005, Ryne Sandberg. He is second all-time among managers in wins, winning 6 pennants and 3 World Series titles. One of the game's most innovative managers. From the class of 2014, Tony La Russa. Our next Hall of Famer is a 12-time All-Star, 7-time Gold Glover, a member of the 3,000 hit club, who also hit 465 home runs. A longtime star for the Padres and the Yankees, he also helped the Toronto Blue Jays to their first ever World Series title. From the class of 2001, Dave Winfield. He has World Series rings with 3 different clubs, pitching brilliantly for the 1984 Tigers and the 1991 Twins, famously throwing the only 10-inning shutout in a Game 7 of the World Series. From the class of 2018, Jack Morris. He won 13 Gold Gloves behind the plate, playing a record number of games at catcher, the 1999 American League MVP with the Texas Rangers. From the class of 2017, Ivan Pudge Rodriguez. A standard of excellence in power hitting has long been 500 home runs. Our next Hall of Famer has 612. He hit 30 homers 12 times, knocked in nearly 1,700 runs, has over 1,700 walks, that has him in the top 10 all time. From the class of 2018, Jim Thome. One of the great pitchers of the 1960s, he had 6 20-win seasons, a 6-time All-Star. From the class of 1983, the Dominican dandy, Juan Marichal. He was both the American League Cy Young Award winner and Most Valuable Player in 1992. Top 6 in MVP voting 4 times, unheard of for a relief pitcher. His relief work led the Oakland A's to 3 straight pennants and a World Series title. From the class of 2004, Dennis Eckersley. A 3-time batting champion and the National League MVP during a historic 1997 season with the Colorado Rockies. He also topped the National League in on-base percentage twice and slugging twice. From the class of 2020, Larry Walker. Known as a major run producer, he was top 10 in the National League in RBIs 11 times, driving in 90 runs or more in 12 of 14 seasons. A 7-time All-Star with the Big Red Machine. Please welcome back Hall of Fame class of 2000, Tony Perez. An incredibly durable pitcher. He averaged over 300 innings a season for a 9-year stretch. A 7-time 20-game winner, and the first Canadian-born Hall of Famer from the class of 1991, Ferguson Jenkins. He has long been a fan favorite for the Chicago Cubs, known for his consistency and durability. He set the National League record for consecutive games played. He finished with a lifetime .290 batting average and 426 career home runs. A 6-time All-Star from the class of 1987, Billy Williams. He guided the game through a period of unprecedented growth through his 23-plus years as the 9th Commissioner of Baseball. From the class of 2017, Major League Baseball's Commissioner Emeritus, Bud Selig. A star at second base, catcher, and center field in various seasons. He'd put up eye-popping numbers like 56 doubles, 50 stolen bases, and 146 runs scored. He finished with 3,060 hits, all with the Houston Astros. From the class of 2015, Craig Biggio. He's a 2-time Cy Young Award winner and was the 1995 World Series MVP for the Atlanta Braves. A 305-game winner from the class of 2014, Tom Glavine. A 2-time MVP, he holds the record for home runs by a shortstop with 431. He broke Lou Gehrig's record for consecutive games played, finishing with 2,632 in a row, and did not miss a single inning for 5 full seasons at shortstop. Please welcome back the Iron Man, Cal Ripken. He finished his career with over 2,400 hits and 500 stolen bases. But it was his incredible defense that brought him to Cooperstown. He is a 13-time Gold Glove Award winner and holds the shortstop record for assists. From the class of 2002, the Wizard, Ozzie Smith. This manager is top 5 all-time in wins, leading the Yankees to 6 pennants and 4 World Series titles. Also a great player, he was the National League MVP in 1971. From the class of 2014, Joe Torre. Are we ready for this year's class? Born and raised in the Twin Cities, he played 15 years, all with the Minnesota Twins. He was the National High School Player of the Year in both baseball and football, opting to play baseball after being the #1 pick in the 2001 Major League Draft. Catchers have won only 7 batting titles in American League and National League history. 3 of them came from this player. A 6-time All-Star, 5-time Silver Slugger, as the best hitter at his position, also won 3 Gold Gloves for his fielding behind the plate. Please welcome to the stage, Hall of Famer, Joe Mauer. It was a long road to Cooperstown for this manager, 7 years playing, then 11 years managing in the minor leagues. He broke through in the majors in 1986 and went on to win 3 division titles with the Pirates, 2 pennants with the Tigers, and a World Series title with the Florida Marlins in 1997. 22 seasons as a big league manager, more than 1,700 wins, a 3-time Manager of the Year. Please welcome Hall of Famer Jim Leyland. "17 Major League seasons, all with the Colorado Rockies. The all-time franchise leader in games, runs, hits, home runs, and RBIs. One of the most rare feats in a single baseball season is 400 total bases. This man did it in back-to-back seasons in 2000 and 2001. A 5-time All-Star, he also won 3 Gold Gloves for his defensive work at first base. Let's welcome to the stage Hall of Famer Todd Helton. At third base, he is the all-time leader in hits, total bases, and runs batted in. One of only 3 players at the position with 3,000 hits. He did all that while playing an outstanding third base defensively, winning 5 Gold Gloves. He played for 4 teams, his longest run coming with the Texas Rangers, a club he led to an American League pennant in 2011. Please welcome to the stage Hall of Famer Adrian Beltre.